There are no words that can capture the horror and the evil of this unspeakable act. Children are dead.
A shooting rampage at a Catholic school in Minneapolis.
My mom was waiting outside of the church when it happened. I was scared that I wasn't going to see her.
A community navigates an unimaginable pain. Pain that the mayor says needs more than words right now.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church.
We begin with a first look at the scene outside the Reunification Center. Parents embracing their children, hugging them tightly after an unimaginable tragedy. How do you begin? Begin to make sense of this? You can't. That's the question the community is struggling to answer tonight. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Theophilus in for Natasha Brown. It was the third day of the new school year for students at Annunciation Catholic School. Those students were en masse when gunfire started shattering stained glass windows. Police reveal that the gunman was in the parking lot aiming towards children sitting in pews. The shooter would eventually take his own life, but not before killing 2 children. The youngest victim, just 8 years old. 17 others were injured. 14 of them are children. Doctors are still working to save some of the most critically injured.
Lana Zak continues our coverage live from Minneapolis this evening. Lana?
Good evening. I have to tell you, it is so difficult to be here covering this story, another school shooting, another church shooting in this case. We just heard that a church bell toll, and there is a feeling of heaviness that is being carried throughout this community. As you mentioned, only the third day of school in this staple of this location here, with two sets of parents, families that will never see their children again.
Parents walked hand in hand with their children away from Annunciation Catholic School, tears flowing after a deadly shooting during a morning mass.
2 young children, ages 8 and 10, were killed where they sat in the pews. 17 other people were injured, 14 of them being children.
Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara says the shooter was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol, and opened fire from outside the church.
It was maybe 3 minutes in, the first shot fired.
5th grader Weston Halsney says he was 2 seats away from the stained glass windows.
The first one, I was like, what is that? I thought it was just something. Then when I heard it again, I just ran under the pew, and then I covered my head. My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit.
Sources tell CBS News the shooter was 23-year-old Robin Westman. Police are investigating the possible motive.
There are no words that can capture the horror.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey asked the public to think of these children as their own.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance.
This was just the third day of the new school year for Annunciation Catholic School, which goes from pre-K to 8th grade.
Now we are learning a little bit more about the condition of those 14 children that have been transported to area hospitals. There is a little bit of good news in this, among all of this tragedy, which is that we hear from the officials that they are expected to make it. All 14 of those children are expected to live. Of course, there were 17 other people in total who were injured, and we are awaiting details to learn more about those victims, as well as the investigation into the shooter's motives, which continues. Yuki?
An extremely difficult story to tell. Lana, thank you so much. The director of the FBI called this an act of terrorism and hate against Catholics. We reached out to the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. A spokesperson tells us safe environments are top priority and that the Philadelphia Archdiocese regularly reviews emergency protocols. Archbishop Nelson Perez also released a statement saying in part, "May God give wisdom to our leaders as we work together to stamp out the evil we have witnessed today and to do so for good." Here's a live look now at the White House. President Trump ordering all American flags at half-staff as the nation mourns the young souls lost. We continue to monitor developments from Minneapolis. We'll bring them to you here on air and online at CBS News Philadelphia.